In terms of the biggest challenges around regeneration in urban areas around the UK, I think a big blocker is access to land, and so the public sector needs to get its arms around how it can help, how it can make the transparent process that we require available, how we can navigate together with them in a tight time frame and in a way that is not inordinately expensive. And I think if the UK gets its arms around that issue, the scope for productive regeneration that will last generations is very real and very exciting.
I think the biggest challenge is getting the confidence and the consistency and the coherence around strategic planning. So it's ensuring that vision is clearly defined, the strategic approach to delivering on that vision is there, and importantly the engagement with people and the private sector to ensure that everyone is understanding of what you're trying to deliver on and aligns behind that.
So in terms of challenges facing regeneration in the UK, and especially in regional cities, I think it's two things from a planning point of view specifically. Number one is having policy or tools, guidance in place that can assist with supporting and also promoting sites and gives them a flexible framework from which we understand as being the baseline and the starting point. The second point is around, and the second challenge is really to do with perception of change and people's inclination to go against change as their first sort of motivation in the UK, and that can lead to a lot of challenges when it comes to community engagement and also within the political sphere, getting support for your projects, because ultimately change does lead to a need to accommodate something that wasn't there before.
It's engaging. I think it's engaging and communicating and making sure they're aware of what we're trying to do, why we're trying to do it, what the benefits are for them, so they're not feeling like they're being delivered a fait accompli and they're being told what's happening. They feel that they're actually part of delivering on a process.
So compulsory purchase orders have been around for hundreds of years, and whilst there's a perception that they're not fair and they aren't quick enough, and that could be quicker, fairer and simpler, it's a difficult position to be in when you're taking somebody's land on the one hand and you're trying to drive forward development on another. So a process that's been around for 150 years and been informed by legislation, case law, and has been reformed recently to try and make it fairer and simpler. I think we've got to enable those changes to bed in. For us to truly understand, there may be a need for further reform, but on the whole, it's about as fair as it can be.